You have to speak a language that people can understand. Don't try to be fancy. Don't try to be cute. Okay? Ask yourself, do they understand? Okay? There's your answer. The power of communication is the ability to be understood. That's it. If you're talking with somebody, okay, you're talking with someone, and they're hearing you, they're hearing your voice, they're hearing sound, but they have no idea what's being said, or they can understand, maybe they grasp on bits and pieces of it, but they don't have a full grasp of the message, even if they hang on to a word or two here and there. You failed, right? What's the point of running your mouth if they don't understand you? You're wasting your time, you're wasting your energy. Stop doing that. You have to speak in a way that people can understand. And that understanding, quote unquote understanding, has many layers. We're not just talking about I speak English, you speak English. We're not just talking about that. We're not. Okay, that's part of it. That's part of it. But that's too obvious. That's just too surface level. Of course. Of course it's going to, I speak English, you speak English. I speak Spanish, you speak Spanish. Yes, of course. Okay, that way you can, it's a starting point. It's a starting point. But we're not just talking about that. We're talking about getting to the person's psyche, right? Okay? When you speak their language, are you using some of the same terms that they use? Are you speaking to their age level? That's another thing. The way you speak. The way you speak to children is not the same way you're going to speak to a grown adult. Duh. Right? So you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So that's language as well. That is communication, right? Yes, you both speak English, but a child may not understand you. But if you try to use like all this fancy language, all this fancy vocabulary that they haven't not learned, and you would be surprised. Even some adults, grown adults, you have to speak in a way that you have to use words that connect with them intellectually, right? Not everybody can read and write at the level that you think they are. Even if they are an adult, even if they have the age requirement, that doesn't mean they have the intellectual capacity. That's just a fact, right? Or even just the educational background period. Okay? There again. Are you speaking to their intellect? Okay? Make adjustments accordingly. Right? Another one. You have to speak in a way that the person listening can actually understand. Sometimes you can speak to somebody, right? You think, oh yeah, I speak English, you speak English. Oh yeah, I'm an adult, you're an adult. Great. Are you speaking to their emotions though? Because you'd be surprised. Once again, there are a lot of people, even if they have the age, even if they have the educational backgrounds, let's say basic reading and writing, even if they have all that, and they have the intellect, their emotions won't let them understand you. They can't. Why? Because they're too emotional, right? They can't even hear you. They're too caught up in the storm of whatever's going on the inside. So unless you use communication tactics, not just words, but body language, right? And gestures. Unless you use communication tactics to actually reach that person, you're still not talking to them. Technically speaking, right? You're still not there. You can't connect. You cannot connect with them. Because they may have the full package, but emotionally they can't be reached by you. So once again, there you go again. If you want to if you want to be understood, that's what communication is about. If you want to be understood by that type of person, you have to connect with them emotionally. So it's a lot. It really is a lot of mental gymnastics. And just thought. It takes a lot of thought and forethought to be able to address pretty much anything, right? And we take it for granted when we just kind of like, we run into somebody, we bump into somebody, and we just blah blah blah, we just go off, right? Start talking, with the assumption that as long as we speak the same, written spoken language in terms of like English, Spanish, and so on and so forth, as long as we speak that, we're good. I understand you, you understand me. Not so. Not so. Okay. You'll be surprised. You talk for an hour. They heard you. Right, your audience? They heard you, but the message didn't land with them. The message didn't land. And that's really something to keep in mind. That's really something to keep in mind. Before you even open your mouth and waste your time and your voice and your energy, ask yourself, will they understand? Is this worth it? That alone, those two questions alone, are going to save you a lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of resources just in general.